Staying in West Africa now, Dr. Johnson Pandit Asiyama, who is the governor of the Bank of Ghana, has asserted that Africa can only realize the vision of a single continental market under the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement if countries align their financial laws and regulatory systems. You're speaking at the opening of the 2025 3i Africa Policy Forum in Accra on Wednesday. And Dr. Asiyama stressed that a connected African market can be achieved only through deliberate continental cooperation. He said, while gains have been made in fintech and cross-border digital payments, those efforts would fall short without coordinated action to harmonize regulatory frameworks across the continent. Let's take a listen.
Let me welcome you to the 3i Africa Policy Forum here in Accra. It is a distinct honor to open today's proceedings under the timely and compelling theme. The theme is One Africa, One Market, Driving Innovation, Investment, and Impact for a Connected Future. This theme speaks to more than just aspiration. It defines a strategic imperative. It calls us to envision Africa not as a patchwork of disconnected economies, but as a single dynamic economic bloc that is powered by innovation, that is enabled by investment, and committed to inclusive and sustainable development. Realizing this vision, ladies and gentlemen, requires coordinated action across public and private sectors, and grounded in policy foresight and a willingness to embrace transformative technologies. Today's forum builds on the momentum generated at the 3i Africa Summit held here last year in May, and it convenes the very leaders in policy, leaders in regulation, leaders in finance, and leaders in technology who are shaping Africa's digital transformation. Our purpose is not merely to reflect on that summit's outcomes, but to translate them into clear, executable strategies. The focus is implementation, and that is scaling fintechs, digital assets, and cross-border payment solutions to deepen financial inclusion and intra-African trade in alignment with the AfCFTA. Across the continent, the signs of progress are encouraging. Fintech is breaching access gaps, particularly for underserved and remote communities. Cross-border digital payments are gaining traction, promising to ease trade frictions and accelerate regional commerce. Regulatory sandboxes and innovation hubs are taking root, offering safe environments to test new technologies within the realities of our African context. These gains, ladies and gentlemen, are being reinforced by modern regulatory approaches, by pilot programs, by innovation offices, and digital public infrastructure frameworks that are all designed to promote inclusive finance, enhance SME participation, and unleash the creativity of Africa's youth and entrepreneurs. But as promising as these national initiatives are, they are not enough. And to fully realize the vision of One Africa, One Market, we must scale our efforts through continental coordination. This means, ladies and gentlemen, harmonizing regulatory frameworks, fostering interoperability across financial infrastructures, and building trust and transparency across jurisdictions. And I must emphasize that no single institution, no matter how well resourced, can drive this transformation alone. This forum, therefore, represents a unique opportunity to build this shared momentum. The sessions ahead will address key levers for driving Africa's digital financial integration. And let me specify a few. For example, attracting sustainable investment into fintech and digital finance. Secondly, aligning regulatory approaches to unlock cross-border payments. Thirdly, empowering SMEs as drivers of regional trade and innovation. Next is operationalizing the digital trade protocol to support regulatory convergence. And then ensuring responsible and secure adoption of stable coins and digital assets. And finally, unlocking investor capital through strategic de-risking frameworks. The aim in all this is not just dialogue, but deliverables. And that is actionable steps that move us from intention to execution. Here at the Bank of Ghana, we remain firmly committed to this agenda. Our work, for example, with the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, or the PAPS, and more recently, our bilateral fintech passporting collaboration with the National Bank of Rwanda. This reflects our conviction that regional integration is achievable, and it's achievable trust-based partnerships. We are also proud at the Bank of Ghana to announce our collaboration with the National Bank of Rwanda and the Global Financial Technology Network of Singapore. And this is on the initiative called the Next Gen Digital Payment Infrastructure Project, or the DPI for short. This initiative aims to modernize Africa's cross-border payments ecosystem through a central bank-led, innovation-enabled approach, co-developed with fintechs and financial institutions. The project will support scalable pilots that can serve as templates across the continent, accelerating interoperability and unlocking the full potential of Africa's digital economy. As we begin today's dialogue, ladies and gentlemen, I urge us to be ambitious, pragmatic, and united in purpose. We need to focus not only on what is possible, but on what is essential, and commit to building a connected African financial ecosystem by the year 2030. Let this forum be a turning point where vision meets action, where policy enables innovation, and where Africa steps confidently into the role as a digital financial powerhouse.